Friday, 5 o'clock. Face again. I'm gonna ask. You got a drink in hand? I don't. I'm doing it wrong.
I mean, it's not really 5 o'clock, but
Shh, it's live, but it's not live.
Gotta break the illusion.
Yes, we do. But guys, welcome to another episode of Royally Fucked. We are going to be going through the books for final order cutoff date, April 4th. Face. I think it's a decent week. I don't want to say it's heavy. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad this week. Not real heavy. Now, it's not too light either. So, you know.
Yeah. Marvel heavy, DC heavy. Where are you going?
Ooh. I mean, probably Marvel. Almost every week is Marvel.
I agree with you. With that being said, let's get into it. You ready? We'll start off with some indie, bro. All right. Bloodstained Teeth, #1. I read the description. It really, and there's even a preview on Previews World if you guys want to go check it out. Vampires meets gangsters, mobsters. Where do you stand on this one?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like. Vampires crossing over with some gangster type shit. Dude selling vampire immortality for whatever he deems is the right price, I guess. So, you know, it's a cool new horror series from Image. I'll check it out.
I'm curious to know what that right price is, buddy.
Yeah, exactly, right? Let's find out.
All right. Well, moving on. Rogue Sun 3. I'm absolutely loving. Well, it goes without saying. We love the whole massive / radiant universe here at the Kingpins. 1 in 25 to the right. Beautiful cover. It's got that radiant black cover feel. I think it was for issue 10, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, man, I absolutely love it. Did you have a chance to read this week's issue 2?
I have not read it yet.
Okay,
but it is on the pile to be read here.
Yeah, it's been a good read. Really shedding light on what's his name, Dylan, as Rogue Sun too. But I'm personally enjoying it. I love how these books also end off with some kind of like little post-credit scene, you know, a la Marvel MCU.
Right.
Yeah, man, it always leaves me wanting more. So I'm super excited.
Hell yeah, man. Like you said, we're all in on the Massiverse, and they've all been pretty good reads so far, so can't go wrong picking them up.
Yeah, man. All right, switching gears, bro. Deathstroke Incorporated, #8. Okay. Speaking of strokes, I almost had one looking at both of these covers. You all know how I feel about John Boy, but that homage cover right there to Deathstroke Terminator, I think is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, I'm a big Deathstroke fan, so I love the homage cover. Definitely picking that up. You know, the John Boy is dope, and this is part of the Shadow War event that's going on in Batman, and crossing over with Deathstroke. So,
yeah, and dude, we were saying there was a reveal in issue 7, right?
Yeah. Without spoiling exactly who it is, Respawn.
Okay.
Was revealed. So.
There you go. Well, pick it up. If you don't have one, pick it up. All right, moving on. Bro, I'm reading that this is the final issue. Joker 14. I already know what you're going to say, especially about these covers. One in particular. Take it away.
Yeah, it's sad for me because I'm a big Joker fan, and I've actually been, loving this series. Been on the whole run. So, I've been enjoying it, but it's coming to an end. But at least they're ending with a bang. Yeah. And that punchline cover is dope as hell. For me personally, I think that's the cover of the week. That's the one I like best. So
you're going with the one on the far right of punchline.
Hell yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I think there are other ones, but man, yeah.
Yeah, there's other good covers, but that's my favorite this week.
It's up there. Moving on, we got Robin 13. Now, I didn't read any of the previous ones. I know that issue 12 we were saying ties into the Shadow War event as well. But
yeah, I believe issue 12 did. I can't remember. This one, I was just actually looking at solicitation, and this is part 4 of the Shadow War event. So,
okay,
the run's actually been pretty good so far. There's been some cool B covers through the first few issues. looks like they've changed up the style. Francis Manipul was doing them.
Okay.
But yeah, this tying in with the Shadow War event, of course, had to put it on the list because Shadow War event is pretty cool right now. So.
Yeah. Well, I really am slacking. I will pick up eventually on this. But moving on, we've got Alien 12. Now, dude, I totally put these up here for covers. I think both of them are actually awesome covers. If you feel like the one to the left looks a little familiar, man, it's got that Queen 2 album feel to it, right? The homage.
Right?
But, yeah, I've also fallen behind on the Alien series. I know that this series introduced the Xenomorph Alpha and stuff like that, but I'm also behind. I don't know if you're up to par with where it's at or not, but
you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even sure. I think they've had some delays in some of their releases or something because it feels like it's been a while since I've seen any issues of Aliens come out. But I've been picking up the whole run, so I'll put it together and read it again here eventually.
Yeah,
it hasn't been bad.
Well, moving forward, Amazing Spider-Man 2, dude. It seems like Peter Parker has been messing up hard, man. This is what they're promoting out the gate with issue 1, issue 2. Now you got MJ and him apparently no longer going to be together. That's what literally the solicitation says here.
Yeah, what did Peter do? Well, apparently it's causing him some more turmoil in his relationship. They just seem to fucking hate Peter and Mary Jane being together.
It seems
like they really do. They hate it.
Yeah.
But I like that cover on the right there. That I think it's Balderi that did that one.
Oh, you're talking the one with Black Cat?
Yeah. So
yeah, I like the one next to it, dude. I believe that's the one in 25, Derek Chu.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. To be honest, even the Inyo Klee one is pretty nice for cover.
For sure.
But yes, I will definitely be picking these up. I'm very curious to know how bad this guy messed up again.
Right? This time.
Yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, Spider-Man number 5. This one closes out the miniseries. I kind of feel like we could have done without this series. It was okay. Not much more than that. I'll be picking this up because I'm 4 issues deep. Might as well complete this series. But
a little late in the game to jump all of it now.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's kind of cool that they brought back Spider Side for that, nostalgia vibe, but
yeah.
Agreed. Other than that, probably could have done without this miniseries, really.
Yep. Well, one series that I highly keep recommending is Captain Marvel, man. Surprisingly, we all shit on the movie, but the comics have been insane. Captain Marvel 38. Really yeah. It's so, yes, I'm just going to point out very quickly right here to the right. Yes, Marvel and Fortnite are crossing over. It's very clear. I don't know if they're going to be doing any of that stuff that DC did where they gave downloads and whatnot, but
they actually are, but I think that's more down the line. I think this is just a cover.
Okay, cool. Well, either way, that cover A for me is actually my favorite out of this. Reason being is because it pays homage to the cover of issue number 1 that came out from this series. But now we have Binary literally at the forefront. If you guys haven't been reading, the Binary Force is now its own entity, separate from Carol Danvers. So I'm loving it. I think everyone should be on board with this, man. You're sleeping. Face, you're up to date.
Yeah, and I completely agree, man. The Captain Marvel run, this current run has been really good. I've been enjoying it. And yeah, like you said, Binary's taken over for a little bit. Captain Marvel is missing.
Yep.
Nobody knows where she's at, so Binary's going to be holding it down. They've introduced a couple, cool new characters in this run so far, so it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. This is the start of a new arc, so good point to jump on.
Good point. Moving on. Elektra, Black, White, and Blood, number 4. Bro, Eastman. Turtles.
Yeah, we were just talking about this in the backstage. Surprisingly, there's no Eastman cover for this.
I didn't see any. I'm kind of
not that I know of.
Right? But, yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, all right. So apparently this is the issue that has a bit of a cameo appearance from the Ninja Turtles or whatever. which obviously plays into the origin, of the Ninja Turtles having to tie in with Daredevil. I'm sure, that's why they would probably be showing up here.
Yeah.
And yeah, still no Eastman cover, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hope they surprise us with one, man.
That
I didn't see
would be
any.
dope.
Yeah, I tried finding ratios to see if maybe there was one. Didn't see anything, but yeah,
Missed
they didn't.
opportunity.
Yeah, missed opportunity for
Would have
sure.
went for that one.
Yeah. Fantastic Four 43, dude. So the whole Reckoning War story has been off to a great start. Before we get into it any further, dude, the Spider-Man cover to the left, I don't know if I'm feeling that one. I'm passing. Now,
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so Wrath is actually part of the team that we see within Reckoning War Alpha #1, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's where it went down.
Yeah.
The name, and please forgive me if I botched the pronunciation, but it's the Prosilicans, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, man, so I highly recommend people start reading this arc. It's pretty big, man. There's a lot of big characters involved. I'm enjoying it. Face.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to get to recommend Fantastic Four again for once, but
yeah,
it's like you said, it's been a good run. It's a good event so far. Hopefully it wraps up as good as it started. So
yeah, my bad.
Nah, you're good. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah, been enjoying this run. Dan Slott's killing it right now, so hopefully it continues. And,
yeah. All right, well, moving on. You ready, baby?
So this is cover. That's where it's at.
Yeah, man. This is the Marvel Tales of Chrysanthemum, right? Issue #1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, #1. Usually Marvel Tales. That's pretty much it. This is basically reprinting some issues for this character, and if I'm not mistaken, we were going over this. I swore I was going to memorize it, but there was Star Wars from the 2015 series. You're looking at issues 14, 15, and 20, I believe. So you're going to be getting some of that, and within
an annual, right?
Yeah, you have the Dr. Aphra annual #1. So if you missed out and you want to catch up on it, or just own physical copies of the reprint, whatever it may be, I recommend picking this one up. Totally for the cover B, man, with the image straight from the show, bro. I absolutely think that's cool.
Yeah, I usually am not a huge fan of these Marvel Tales books, just because, I mean, they already get me for some money on reprint shit with facsimiles and everything like that. So I usually try and avoid these, but I definitely got to pick up the photo cover. So
yeah, good stuff, man. Yeah, no, I'm gonna pick it up too. But I'm not gonna lie, the cover A is actually really nice.
It is dope. It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, $8 reprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna drop a well, would you Wookiee here, but I'm gonna keep moving on.
Yeah, let's just keep it moving.
Miles Morales, Spider-Man 38, dude. I think it's gonna be the big one. Now we might shed a little extra light on this particular book before we get into it. Now you're getting to the far left a Jen Bartel cover price. I actually think it's very nice.
Not a ratio, surprising.
Sorry?
Not a ratio, surprising.
Yeah, that's it, man. So definitely going to be picking that one up. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what seems to be the character here, we're going to be getting pretty much the first appearance of Billy Morales, who is going to be named one of the names I think actually to be terrible. Whoever came up with it, Spider Smasher. Sure, but this is from an alternate reality, right? So if you're not familiar, Billy Morales is the sister of Miles Morales, and she makes her big debut in issue 13 of this run. So we're going to be getting Billy from a different universe, and I really feel this has the total vibes of Codex from the Venom run, where we got Dylan from a different universe. So I'm not too sure where they're going with this. I don't know how this will pan out. But definitely people will be specking on it and picking it up. I believe so. Face?
Yeah, I mean, so, this is where this shit gets all real dicey and everything because, like you were just saying, I mean, we have Billy, her first appearance was in Miles Morales Spider-Man 13.
Yeah.
And this is kind of sort of like the situation with Captain Carter, where they had a character that appeared in Exiles 3 that was very similar or whatever, but not exactly the same, something like that. And there was some debate over what was the first appearance and everything. And it feels like could end up having the same thing happen here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the thing is, it's an alternate reality character, and obviously she's either aged up or it's in the future or something like that. So, I mean, what really is the potential for the character unless she crosses over to the mainstream universe, or they eventually maybe give her a spin-off of her own, something like that, maybe.
Exactly, but we felt the same way with Codex, right? Where with Codex, Dylan, same thing. He was in it for a couple of issues, and then that was it, right?
Yeah, and then just gone.
Yeah. So who knows if that's where they're going with this one? But I think a lot of people will be looking to pick this one up. You do see that cover A there, smack down the middle, which happens to be pretty cool, man. I think this is a beautiful cover A,
yeah.
And I'll be picking up the Bartel. Don't really care too much for the one on the right.
Yeah, same here. I'm picking up the A and the B, or the Bartel.
Yeah.
Not so much on the scroll.
Yeah. I might do 2 on the Bartel. It's kind of nice. But
right.
Moving on. We also have the ratios here. Can we just talk very quickly about these? Can we openly say these are beautiful? I like them both. 125, 150. Which one's your favorite?
Probably 150 on the right. I think. Yeah, that's dope.
I feel you. But now, okay, really moving on. Savage Avengers #1, man. We're getting a new team here again. Before I start going into this, the details of this book, I think all the covers are actually really nice. Romita Jr. takes it for me on the far right. I think that's absolutely a banger. Now, speaking of this roster, man, if there's anything that speaks B-list characters, this is it.
Right?
Yeah, and I say that with love, but you're getting Conan. You can see Conan there, smack at front. And then you're getting Black Knight. You have Anti-Venom. Not Anti-Newbie, it's Anti-Venom. Weapon H, Cloak and Dagger, Elektra as Daredevil, and Deathlock. It seems that's the roster we've got there when you're looking at the full one right here. So I don't know how to feel about this, man. I really don't. I didn't enjoy the last Savage Avengers, so I have high hopes here.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup. I'll check it out, give it a read, as I do pretty much any new Marvel series, but I'm kind of like you. I don't necessarily have a lot of high hopes. The first one wasn't hugely consequential. Yeah, and I'm not really expecting this run to be much different, unfortunately, because with that team lineup, they could have some pretty fun stories.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. There's some wild characters in here,
right?
Yeah, but all right, man. Moving on, Spider-Man 2099. This is the Exodus Alpha issue 1. Dude, you and I were talking. First off, I just want to shed some light. 4 beautiful covers. I love this one.
A lot of dope covers this week, man.
Yeah, no, it's insane. I actually want to put this one here, which is the what'd you call the variant again?
The frame variant, yeah.
The frame variant, and the one to the far left. I think it's gorgeous. No hate on Ron Lim to the far right, but yeah, man. So it looks like we're getting other 2099 characters here as well.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to be bringing back any of the characters from any of the prior 2099 events or series that they've done. But yeah, obviously they've got Ghost Rider down there and he's got a chainsaw going on or whatever. Right. So, yeah, we're at least going to get some new characters. Other than that, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I'm definitely going to pick it up. The frame variant, I gotta add it to my collection. So
yeah, and we're going to be getting a first team appearance. I did read that somewhere. I don't remember the name, but definitely going to be keeping an eye out for this one.
I wish the frame was going to be foil, though. I don't think it is, but I really wish it was going to be.
It's a missed opportunity when the frame
really is.
foil.
I would have paid at least a whole $1 extra for
that. I know you would. All right. Moving on, man. Star Wars Obi-Wan #1. Now, you and I were discussing a bit beforehand. This seems to be touching base on his origin story as far back as his younger years, as far back as 8 years old. With the show coming, I think this is a good idea to be picking up. I'm curious. This is a good jumping on point if we're going to be exploring his origin leading up to the show. That's the way I feel this was being positioned purposely, right? So,
oh, for sure, and that's exactly why you're getting this series, because we got the Disney Plus series on the way, so it just makes sense. They'll sell a shit ton of copies, and they don't even have to really try that hard with writing or art. Luckily, it looks like they have, because that the Noto cover is really dope. The Gis cover is really dope. I even like the Momoko, so they went all out on the art. Hopefully the story is good. It does sound like it's going to be some flashback stuff, so I don't know how much we'll have to look forward to as far as new characters or anything like that. I'm sure there will be some, but how relevant they'll be, who knows?
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get some good stories anyway.
Agreed. Well, speaking of good story, how do we say it again? Shang-Chi? But issue 12. Now, cover A right here, where you see him with the 10 rings. Man, that's pretty much what's going on. He inherits the 10 rings. I'm a bit behind on the series, but I'm very curious to see where this is going to go as of this point. Face, are you on it at all, or?
Yeah, picked up the whole run. It's been a pretty good read so far. Has brought in, a lot of his family and the 5 Weapon Society.
Yeah.
He's kind of, taken over as the head of that. So he's been having some turmoil there, because not everyone in his family has the same ideas as he does about how to handle every situation. So,
yeah.
But I know they just changed up, I guess, the 13th issue of this. They actually canceled the 13th issue.
Really?
And it's actually being relaunched as a new series, Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, I believe.
Wow, okay. So I guess
it's just changing up the name and continuing the series, it sounds like.
Cool. I had no idea.
Okay.
Well,
I actually just read that here not too long ago, so.
Well, thank you, Face. Now, moving on, last but not least, XMen 11, man. They are going back to Game World, which we saw from issue 1. What do you think of this, man? I don't know, man. The X-Men run's been, I don't want to say wacky, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's been kind of all over the place for an X-Men run so far. Nothing. I wouldn't say there's been anything like bad or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it hasn't felt overly meaningful. Which, given the situation that everything that's going on with the X-Men, it kind of feels like it should be. With Krakoa and them taking over Mars and everything like that. It really feels like it should be a lot more heavy of a series than what it's been.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well. That being said, those are the picks of the week. But before we wrap it up, I'm going with book of the week. I think this is going to be the one that everyone's going to be chasing. They're going to want to know more about Billy Morales. I recommend people pick this up. Now, Face and I might argue on covers of the week. The love for Bartel is there. The smack down the middle cover right there is also a neat cover for a cover A. And then the 1 in 50 is just gorgeous. Face, you mentioned earlier, and I'm going to back us up. Hold up. No, hold up. We ain't there yet. But I know that Face's cover of the week. You can say it.
Yes, for sure. Joker 14, that punchline cover. That's my favorite cover this week.
It is gorgeous. But, guys, I do recommend picking up the Miles Morales Spider-Man 38. That being said, guys, that is our show, man. Hope you had a good time. We did what? How long did we do? That was pretty quick. 25 minutes. Not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not bad. But
we're
guys,
getting all right with this.
Yeah, we're getting okay. But those were our picks of the weeks. So, guys, if you're catching us live or you're catching the replay, let us know. Comment below. Let us know your picks of the week. And don't forget to join us on Monday. We have a very big episode of Previously On. If you're not already following us on Instagram, we highly recommend you do. At Comic Kingpins, we will be announcing very shortly what will be taking place on Monday. That's it for me. Face, do you have anything you want to say?
Peace.